Hi guys, Lazola here. Welcome to my page. So in my previous videos, I was talking about the transition from being a trainee or a student to working, and how to succeed in the corporate sector as a new starter. I talked about how to make presentations, how to seek mentorship, and I shared some insights based on my experience. So now, I then thought about a few things. So now I've transitioned from a middle management position in my organization to a senior management position, and I thought to myself, how about I make a video about the lessons I learned when I went from a team member to being a manager or a middle manager, and when I was reflecting on that, I thought, the lessons I learned then and the lessons I'm learning from moving from a middle management role to a senior management role are actually quite similar, you know. And I then did some research on it, and I stumbled across the Tuckman model, which I'll share in the description below, which basically talks about the different phases that leaders go through with their teams, and then it struck me that actually there are five lessons that I can share around how to make impact in the first few months of your appointment into a management role. So if we can get straight into it, the first one is clarifying expectations with your boss. So no matter how high of a position, whether you're a CEO or first line manager, you will always have a boss, right? And it's important to, when you just starting out, to clarify their expectations of you, to have a meeting with them, and clearly identify what is it that they expect from you in the first 90 days, and so that you can have something to work towards, right? So again, if I can repeat, the first one is just clarifying expectations with your direct manager. The second one is getting to know your team. So this one is quite an important one, because the team that you will be directly and indirectly leading will be the key to your success in the role. So how I did it in my current role is that I set up one-on-one meetings with my entire team, where I got to know them on a personal level. I then also asked them to make presentations about themselves, and they presented in a group setting. So that was also quite interesting, because they also got an opportunity to know each other on a personal basis. So some of the team members didn't even know some interesting facts about their colleagues, even though they've been working for over 10 years together. So it was a nice way of building unity as a team. So that sort of worked well. And the third one is getting to know your processes, whether you're in manufacturing or banking or medicine. It's important that you clearly understand the processes of your business, so that it's something that you know very well. And how I did this in my current role is that I drew process maps of literally everything that the business unit does. And I spend time in the shop floor learning and understanding and seeing things for myself. So this really gave me a feel and some sort of an understanding of how the business actually operates. And fourth one, which is also very important, which should be done sort of in parallel with getting to know your team, is getting to know your customers. This one is extremely important. So it means that you need to set up meetings with your customers to understand their expectations of you and of your department. so that you can understand where to focus in order to meet their expectations. So in some instances, it's not only the customers, it's also the people that are servicing your department, support departments, especially those support department heads that have subordinates that work under you. It's important just to have those expectation meetings with them to understand what strategies are they working on and how is it that they interface with your department. And that's all. That one is around getting to know your customers and your support departments. And the last one, which I think is by far the most important one, is knowing where to focus. And well, not per se knowing where to focus. I think the best way I would rather word it is focusing on the low hanging fruit. So now that you've sort of painted a picture of the business, you will be able to see small wins that you and the team can focus on, which will give the team a sense of achievement and motivation. And you then need to focus on those and make sure that you really execute on those small achievable tasks for yourself and for your team. So yeah, I think for me, those are the 5 key lessons, or I would say areas that I believe if you are entering a new management role, you really need to reflect on. So if I can recap, the first one is getting to know your manager's expectations. Second one is getting to know your team. Third one is getting to know the processes of the business that you are leading or the department that you are leading. And the fourth one is getting to know your customers and your support departments and what the expectations are. And the fifth one is focusing on the low-hanging fruit. Now, these are just some of the lessons that I believe, or the things that I feel are important and have helped me in my previous management role, and I believe are helping me in my current management role. So I also wanted to share some books, also in the spirit of, sharing wisdom. So this is another book that's helped me a lot. It's the title is What Got You There. What Got You Here Won't Get You There, and the author is Marshall Goldsmith, and it's really been a book that's helped me get clarity, and understand new perspectives and try to change my ways as a leader, and try to lead in a different way. The second book I would like to recommend is a book called The First 90 Days. I forgot the author, but it's also a really powerful book to read if you are a new manager or leader that is entering or that's new in your role. I feel like these two books are really important just for you, just to add context, and make you more effective as a leader. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share today. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and let me know in the comment section what you think of the video. Thank you very much.